Sup nerds, it is Nerdyboy back with another reaction, and today we are doing another Nerdcore week with four different artists. We are doing HalaCG, Rustage, Daddyphatsnaps, and JTMusic. All really heavy hitters, so I'm looking forward to this one. Um, yeah, so the first one that will be up is going to be HalaCG's, I'm going to mess up the name, but Heiselin's song Flowing By, featuring Tyler Clark. This is a Honkai Star Rail, and I have said this before in the past. HalaCG, whenever she makes a Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact song, Zenlo Zone Zero, like anything that relates to that, she always hits it out of the park. Like, no notes whatsoever. So I know this is going to be amazing, so there's really not too much to say other than for me to just shut up and for us to dive right in. But also, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord if you want to. That is purely optional. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Mm. Ooh. Okay. I I really like the style that Hal was going for this one. Just how the very beginning of it was very kind of like just slow and almost angelic in a way. And then the beat started going, and she started like putting a bit more flair into it, and just how some of the interesting dialogue of just like sorry, I completely brain fart, but just with like some of the lines of like the trust, and then the waves coming in, the waves calling out specifically, and then just the story behind Heislands and what seems to be this other character that I have no idea who they are, but it looks like they are like close friends or something along those lines. I'm not quite sure. Please let me know in the comments if you guys do know this. I always love it when you guys tell me the lore of these characters. I always find it interesting. But yeah, so far it's kind of just a vibe, really. Like, I can't really say too much. It's just a vibe. Is all I can say. Ooh. Ooh. Oof. I just kind of realized this a bit. Just like she like herself, like it feels like she's like meant to be like a siren, like calling people to the actual ocean, and maybe that's what they're going for with part of the name for siren. But it sounds like she's trying to like bring people to the ocean, but at the same time she doesn't necessarily want them to have that fate, at least for her friend. Like she wants her to, like, not necessarily drown like she has, maybe. Like I don't know, that's kind of what I'm feeling like this is going for. At least that's what I think. I don't know, I'm not an expert. Mm. Okay, I liked that. Like that was honestly really cool. Yeah, that honestly that was just really cool. Very very beautiful, very melodic to a certain extent, and it's like I said, Hala cannot do wrong. She cannot do wrong with any Honkai Star Rail character. She always knocks it out of the park. But despite me not knowing that information, we are now onto something a bit more my territory with Rustage, doing a Don to Don rap, which is the Evil Eye rap, called Dead, featuring Mix Williams. And Don to Don, it's such a chaotic show, but it is maybe one of the best chaotic ones I have ever seen. And like genuinely, there's just, I wish I could tell you guys the plot, but I really can't, just because there's so much going on with that plot, so many different things happening, and it's really just amazing. But the Evil Eye is basically a ghost that took control over Gigi, a character in Don to Don, which Gigi is fun. Gigi, like, he's a vibe. He's really meant to be the comedic character, and then just the Evil Eye personality coming in is just insane. So yeah, not too much to say other than we're going into something a bit more in my territory. This is gonna be really fun.
Just one step and I leave him dead.
Oh,
Just one look and I'm in your head.
okay.
Take one out, I can see who's next. Ain't no doubt I'll play pretend. What I said later, rest. We better blow like a kin as a wipe with these whims of Mongolian death. You better die cause I say so, they run in them fumes like an opium den.
Okay.
Torture, no bullet club, you gon' see no evil when I open your head. KYS in like the solo queue, and if they hang around me, it's a rope to the neck.
Oh. Just hanging around me is like around a rope at your neck. Like that is saying something. It's just like, listen, if you're going to be hanging out with me, you're gonna die. Like, you're not surviving this. And it's just, it is such a crazy line to have, especially for someone like Gigi, because genuinely, he doesn't want to hurt anyone. But just this whole other personality is literally just like, no, I want revenge. I want to hurt the people that hurt me, kind of thing. And willing to do whatever it takes to take him out. And it's just, it's such a 180.
It's a rope to the neck. Dynamite, I move rampage. Hot springs flow like ounces orgasmic. No mistakes and no bad days. Top spins kicking shots like a Mbappe. Kill a look with no catchphrase.
Oh.
Backspace. Make you a martyr. My flow like water. Words coming down like a cascade.
Okay.
Open your mind. You show me yours. I'll show you mine. As long as mine's not hot, no demeanor could be cold as mine. Yo, girl, a 5. I'd rather go for a dime. Yo, Kai feeling divine. Made the wrong step and I sever your spine. Suicide if you up in my shrine. Take one step and I'll leave him dead. Stop and go save your breath. Just one look and I'm in your head. Drop and go say your prayers. Take one out, I gotta see who's next. Look at them running scared. Ain't no doubt I'll play pretend. What I said, let them rest. I'm gonna leave them dead, 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 dead. And we're coming for the head, 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 head. Cause I'm gonna leave them dead.
Okay.
Dead, 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 dead. What I said, let them rest. Leave them dead, dead, dead. Ay, I'm on a kill spree.
Okay, I just want to point this out. This is very interesting for Rustage. I don't think I've ever really heard Rustage come up with a song quite like this. Like, at least just not this type of like style, because typically a lot of the ones that Rustage does, like, it's like a bit more of a like sort of braggadocious occasionally, but also just like the real hidden meaning of the character themselves kind of thing. But no, this is like simple. This is just like, listen, I am a threat to you. You're not going to survive with me around. And that's the song. And I kind of like it. I like that style because this is just one that we haven't really seen from Rustage before. And I'm down. I just, honestly. Plus, I love the switch ups. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Hey, the talk, just it genuinely, like it feels like genuine threats out of this one, and it's just it hits hard, especially just like I just love how Rustage and Mix Williams, like they're kind of just going back and forth on it, like they're like one's like getting to do a couple of verses, then the switch up, and it's just it kind of just adds to the intensity of it, you know?
Just one look and I'm in your head. Hey, take one out, I can see who's next. Hey, ain't no doubt on a paper 10. What I said later, rest. Take one step and I'll leave them dead. Hey, stop and go save your breath. Just one look and I'm in your head. Hey, drop and go save your breath. Take one out, I can see who's next. Hey, look at the running skates. Ain't no doubt on a paper 10. What I said later, rest. I'm gonna leave them dead.
Evil Eye Rap dead. Rustage and Mix Williams. Honestly, that was sick. Like that was just awesome. Just no notes. And I loved how they talked. I loved the back and forth. And I also just loved just the intensity of the actual like hook. Like it was catchy. Very catchy. And speaking of catchy, we are now going to be going to Daddyphatsnaps, and I've been looking forward to this one because this is something that I don't think we have necessarily seen in Nerdcore yet. This is the Garp rap Wish You Would featuring Peso Pete and Mix Williams for Daddyphatsnaps. And yeah, I don't think anyone has really done a Garp rap. At least if they have, I have not heard it. But I'm going to love this because Garp he's maybe one of the most dangerous people in One Piece. At least one of the most strongest, for sure. And the fact that we're getting 3 heavy hitter rappers on this one, I can only imagine what is going to be said here. But listen, Garp is by far my favorite Marine, genuinely. And I can't wait to see justice on this guy. So I'm going to shut up and we're diving right in on this one. Ah, the wanted posters. I love the wanted posters.
I wish a motherfucker would. Wish you would. Wish you would. I wish a motherfucker would. Wish you would. Wish you would. Don't let it get misunderstood. Don't let it. Don't let it. You would've did it if you could. If you could.
Okay.
See me in the pub. Don't try me. See me in the club. Don't try me. See me with the buzz. Don't try me. See me with a gun. Don't try me.
Mm. Hey. Dang. Here, I want to properly read this one. What the years and shit really did to the kid. Dang. That actually hits hard just because of like in case you don't know, Garp trained Kobe and Helmeppo during the whole time of One Piece, especially a lot more in like the 2-year time skip. But it was like Garp's training like literally changed Kobe so much. Like if you've seen the before image of Kobe and the after, it is extreme. It really is. And then just the fact of all this talk is like pretty much Garp just telling people is like, you guys tell me that you would do this, but I wish that you did this. Like, I wish that you fought so I could actually have some entertainment. That's what I'm getting from this, which is true because, like, wholeheartedly, for so much of the series, we didn't know what Garp was capable of. Like, we had an idea of his strength, but we didn't know what he could actually do. And then it's only recently we actually got to see what he was capable of. And just the galaxy impact is maybe one of the best scenes in some of the most recent episodes. So I'm loving the talk. All right. Oof.
No, I got hands for the tussle. Trying to get rid of you all. I feel like LeBron. These niggas D'Angelo Russell. Check out your feet without straining the muscle. Face like a speed bag, or I stay in my duffel. Leave your teeth all galaxy impacted before you could make a rebuttal.
Ooh.
Niggas was talking shit. Now they mama sick. Shouldn't cause no arguments. I believe in tough love. My dude better watch his slip. He on go, we stomping there, bitch. So end up on top of the list. Impact frame out.
Okay.
Now the village ain't populous. You ain't confident. You're an area incompetent without a pot to piss. Stay focused so your thoughts get pissed away. That's a stream of consciousness. Me and fuck around, find out synonymous. That are two hands right round niggas esophagus. I'm like, motherfucker, what you would.
The talk.
Don't try me, you gon' see me with a gun. Don't try me, ay, you would've did it if you could. So I say, I wish a motherfucker would. Bitch, I'm locked in, whoa. Top rope when I drop in, pose.
Okay.
They frozen, they jumping and got the explosion. Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
The Kuzin, when I lock in, they froze because Kuzin is the one with the ice fruit. Just simple bar, but I like it. I don't know. I had to point out that I actually know shit about One Piece. Hey. Oof. Ooh.
I don't want to jump the gun and say it, but I think his brain's on the pavement. Maybe we should think about replacements.
Dang.
If you could, let me hit you in the back. I wish a motherfucker would. I got him on the paper.
Oof.
The circle get a halo. I put him in a hole, no gravestone. Why they always do what you say? 'Cause I say so. It's simple.
Just why do they always do what you say? 'Cause I say so. Yeah, because Garp is not someone you want to go up against. Like, if you talk back to Garp, it's pretty much a death sentence because he is genuinely considered one of the strongest Marines. Not to mention he is the hero of the Marines. because he helped, with God Valley and all that. And just because of that, he has such a high title, but he also doesn't have a high rank. He doesn't have a high rank in the Marines because his low rank that he currently has lets him be as free as he wants to be. He doesn't need to be behind a desk. He doesn't need to do any paperwork. He's just, nope, I want to throw hands. I just want to punch people. I want to do what I want. And you guys can't stop me because I am just this powerful. Like, I have trained the second commander of Whitebeard. I have trained an Emperor of the Sea who is my grandson. I have trained the leader of the revolutionaries. And I have trained at least one of your admirals. And not to mention, I also have taught the chief of staff of the Revolutionary Army. He has technically trained some of the most dangerous people in the entire world. So, yeah, if he says something, you should do it. Otherwise, it's over.
Want another day, bro? It's simple. Want to get KO'd? It's simple. Now they said that in my life, do you want to go back on the same boat? It's simple.
Hey.
When you put in the bed with my tempo, you could have breathed in the air of my tempo. Whenever you get to stare at my tempo, do them like Kimbo. Shooters don't shoot, make sure you don't miss, ho. Who's got to move it like limbo? Get low, got hands to the level, your zip go.
We just ended on that note. I mean, that's all you really have to say, I guess. Now that hit hard. Like, yeah, don't mess with Garp, because it's game over if you mess with him. But no, Peso Pete, Mix Williams, and Daddyphatsnaps, they all did amazing on that song. Like, that one was good. And now we are on the final song for the day, which is JTMusic and their Elden Ring Night Rain song, Come Back Tonight, featuring Andrea Storm Caden. I have not played Elden Ring. I really want to at some point. I have heard so many good things about it. I've just, some of the lore and everything, I really want to get into it at some point, and hopefully I can in the near future. But going in blind, pretty much just going to be listening to the song and see what I like. That's about it. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into it.
One nameless night faded to fall in place of love. The dog he called and it got involved.
Ooh.
Some catalyzing stars descend and worlds colliding. I'm the storm within him riding. Welcome inside of the event horizon.
Okay.
Not out of mind. I'm bound to light. I'm bound from time. Now with nothing to suppress me, there is nothing to prevent me.
Ooh.
Another day has gone. When is the next sunrise? When are you running from? How long was I outside? Don't fight the
Okay.
cycle. I'm closing in, let go, fly. Nobody is above it. Whichever way you cut it, in the end it'll all come back tonight.
Ooh.
Forgotten, dissipated in a fog of dreams. I can help you see beyond them into an ocean of realities, melding all you could become, bending every path to one, ending where it all began. Back into the void you are condemned. Another day has
Okay, I like this. Just first off, I'm liking just the style of the music. It has like what's the proper way to word it? I mean, just Undertale style music. Maybe. I don't know if that's the best way to word it, but I'm enjoying it. Not to mention, I'm kind of curious because Andrea is like so far the entire song, and we're almost to the halfway point. So I'm wondering, is this just now Andrea? Like, is she the one doing all the singing, on this one, and like JT like did like the beats and everything else or something, which I have no problem with. Like she's killing this. But I'm just very curious, like if we're gonna get like JTMusic like to drop in at the end or something like that. But yeah, I'm liking the tone and everything. I wish I could comment on the bars, but I really can't because like I said, I just don't know the Night Rain, unfortunately. But I still like it. If anything, it's a song that I'd still listen to even though I don't know the information itself. Ooh, the distortion. Okay, now JTMusic's there. Ooh. Okay. Okay. First off, I kind of like that. Just like JT, it's like they're almost like they're serving like the background vocals in this one, but it's also like they're like a response to like the head, like to your head kind of thing. It's like while Andrea's like singing this, like she's like the main character, and they're like the voice in her head like saying these things like a demon almost. Like that's what I'm like feeling from this, and like I generally this is something I have not heard from them before, and it's really interesting. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. These bosses do look awesome. Like, I at least know that's like mostly just a boss game, where it's like you fight a bunch of bosses. Okay. Honestly, that was cool. I liked it. Just honestly, everyone did amazing this week. They all did incredible. They all knew what they were wanting to do. No notes. No notes is all I can say to that. But I had fun with this week's, and hopefully you guys did too. And hopefully you guys have other suggestions for me, whether it's music, gameplay, or whatever. I'm willing to give it a try. But hey, not too much left to say other than to please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next journey. Take care.